Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as Bitcoin's daily transactions reaching new record highs. Also, breaking news, Japanese public company Metaplanet just bought $6.25 million worth of Bitcoin. Game theory playing out in real time. Also, Pantera Capital seeks $1 billion for a new crypto fund. I'll be breaking down this latest report, as well as breaking news. Consensys files a lawsuit against the SEC and commissioners over Ethereum regulation. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, in my expert opinion, as former licensed broker dealer and inventor of virtual currencies and prediction markets with U.S. patent 5950176, I state categorically Ethereum is a security. We'll also be discussing Epic Sat Mine from the fourth Bitcoin halving block sells for a whopping $2.1 million. We'll also be discussing persistent inflation will be the key in Bitcoin's bull run to 200,000 per coin, according to this crypto fund manager. And speaking of bullish price predictions, violent to the upside, this catalyst will send Bitcoin to explode by up to 1,486%, says Strike CEO Jack Mallers. I'll be breaking down his $1 million Bitcoin price prediction. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Now, welcome, crypto fam. What it do? Shout out Molly. Good to see you. Greg, what's happening? Junior, Ola from Texas family. Robbie says we call them poor. Hey, JV, watching from Cornwall, England. Shout out Fairground Fun Fairs UK. Let's go. The Palestinian, W Stream, bring it. Crypto Surge. Shout out to the mods. Appreciate you, broski. Says good afternoon, family. What is up? A lot happening right now. Little correction. What's going on, Lock Sky? Always a pleasure, family. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Shout out Mario Sosa. What up? Cosmocom, bring it. McFootinator, what up, everyone? Let's get this weekend a poppin'. That's right, the weekend is here. Let's go. Are we gonna have another stacking Saturday for tomorrow? Let me know. Shout out Pharrell Ferris Fox, always a honor, family. Welcome to the stream. Jennifer, appreciate you, sis. Good to see you, as always. Hit that like, legends. Appreciate that, Fairground. Go Bitcoin. What up, everyone? Shout out Freddie G. Let's pump this mofo up. We live it in the flesh.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, 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 pump,
Pump it up. There we go. Creepy 420. This one's for you, broski. Happy Friday. TGIF, right, Don George? Remember those days? We'd be counting down for the Fridays. Well, the Friday is here. Let's go. Bitcoin sitting at 63.5, $500 discount on the day. You already know. Olmerton Road in the house. Shout out Pinellas County. This bud's for you. Yo, surprise noon stream. I like it. Thank you, Alan. Just FYI. The schedule for this week, today we're 12 o'clock, so we're early. Tomorrow we'll be back to 4, and Sunday will be 4. So over the weekend, it's going to be 4 o'clock, and then it's going to go back to 12 all throughout the week, Monday through Thursday is what I'm anticipating. If anything changes, I'll let you know. It's all dependent upon my schedule. As you know, it switches back and forth each week. So that's why we go from 4 p.m. to 12 p.m. and vice versa. Hopefully you're enjoying the live streams. Let's go, Bitcoin. I want to quit my job. Tell them, Mario. Smash, then subscribe. Thank you, family. Stack those sats. Tell them. DXY, US dollar currency index up 0.5%, which means crypto will suffer. Yeah, typically Bitcoin does the polar opposite of the fiat markets. You're right. It's sunny in New York City, looking at the 80s on Monday. Can't complain there, family. JV is like Bitcoin. There is no second best.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Facts. I'm just saying, we got to get that out there. I appreciate it, Paul. Cheers, family. And welcome everyone joining the stream. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Please don't be a stranger. We're going to be discussing Strike CEO Jack Mallers' bullish 1 million price prediction later on here this show. Wawa just gave me the fattest sandwich we are eating. Shout out Wawa. I know Wawas are popular over there in Florida. JV and Bitcoin are unstoppable. Amen. I agree. 100%. You can't stop us. The best thing you can do is join us, if you know what I mean. Sounds like a pickup line. Have a Wawa coffee. Nice. Enjoy your Wawa coffee. How is the Wawa coffee, by the way? Oh, wow. My favorite number 3. Nice. I rock a 3 jersey often, which is Allen Iverson throwbacks. I also rock 11 jerseys most frequently, as you know. 11 is a divine omen. Facts, JV, that dude. Cheers, family. Appreciate it. Respect. Thank you guys for tuning in. Respect to the pump, even though we're dumping, but I think we're going to flip green during the live stream as we typically do every day. So let's soon see. Yesterday we pumped green and we're trading at like 66,000 before the end of the show, which we captured live. Let's see if we can have a repeat and bounce. Come on, bounce. Let's go.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay.
There's no second best. This crypto asset called Bitcoin, right?
Pump it up.
Shout out to the education movement. Good day to you as well, brother. We're going to 60 G's, baby.
60 G's, baby!
It's red panty night when you sign to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
Stacking sats on the low is a celebration, if you know what I mean. Orange panty night. Back at your home with your wife. Oh my God, they don't have Wawa where I live. Oh no, no Bitcoin, just stay where you're at, says Cosmocom. The biddies, you got to stack those biddies. And yes, indeed, let's go Sixers. Mono. It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets. Someone tell me who that is. Y'all remember that throwback? Regulators. Mono. Anyways, family. If you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, 7 days a week, just like this. Also, pump the likes. It helps to pump the stream, and it's also greatly appreciated. Today is pod episode number 1621. I'm your host, JV, and it's April 26, 2024. 4 days away from the official launch of the ETFs out of Hong Kong, both spot Bitcoin, ETF, and Ether. ETFs are coming. So let's freaking go. But let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. A shout out to the Rumble fam. You can see Bitcoin correcting, but maintaining above 63,500. We have Ether correcting, maintaining above 3,100, while Solana, XRP, Cardano, and AVAX all correcting and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're sitting at a 2.35 trillion market cap with 71 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance at 53.5%, with the Ether dominance at 16.2%. My question for the chat: how high do you think the Bitcoin dominance will likely climb for the cycle? Can you see 60, 70%? I'd love to know your honest thoughts. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, not much in the green, so very modest gains. We got BitTorrent up 4%, Neo up 4%, and Litecoin up 3.5%. Now, which altcoins are you guys most bullish on for this particular bull run for this season? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get that visual perspective on the daily. Safe to say roughly 90% of the top alts correcting and in the red. And zooming out on the month, we got pretty hefty corrections overall for the altcoin market, barely anything in the green. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, today we're a solid 70, which is greed. Yesterday, 72. Last week, 66. And last month, an 83. In extreme greed. So there you have it, my crypto fam. How do you think this April monthly close will likely go, as we only have a few more days left in the month? Holla, let me know. Chili's for me, JV. So Fairground is bullish on Chili's. 7-Eleven chicken is the bomb. Cosmocom is bullish on the 7-Eleven chicken. Smash the likes. I appreciate it. My Knicks will win. New York. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom. Yes, and I quote that from Max Kaiser, so I got to give credit where credit is due. It's not an original JV. It's just me reiterating the high priest, just FYI. Bitcoin dominance will rule the world. Damn right. Bitcoins rule the world. Imagine that. People think mail mo money overnight. Think mail money. What is that? Mail money. Interesting. Smashing the likes, smashing the thumbs up, smashing the subs. We smashing them all. We Mike Tyson that subscribe button. You got to do what it got to do. You know what I mean? Smash it up. Jake Paul it and do what you got to do, guys. I appreciate it.
Well. You know what time it is.
What time is it, folks? Shout it out to all the women here. Shout out to all the crypto women, Bitcoin women. Where you at?
Whew. We back, baby. Bitcoins, shitcoins, or NFTs.
New all-time highs around the corner. Don't get it twisted, fam. Dollars will never be profits for your Satoshis, says TJ. Wink.
There's no greater feeling than hitting that sweet all-time high.
All-time high in this what? Bitcoin dominance, current trajectory, 69%, early November 2024. Send it, Greg.
Bitch, watch it pump to the sky. We just buy and get rich. All-time high in this bitch. Watch it pump.
Pump, baby. We just buy and get rich. Welcome, Jessica. Good to see you. Crypto women unite. Pump up. Homeboy, just don't stop. Oops. You meant 59% there, not a 69. Are you sure? Is that a Freudian slip? Let me know. Where you guys feel that dominance will go. Best stream on the YouTube, you heard. I have heard. Thank you for that one.
Pump, baby, we just buy and get rich. Run it back. We back in the black. We back in the green. Got the team all around me.
We rowdy making the scenes. Nice to see the fees correcting. Well, that's a good thing. Guido, welcome to the stream as well. But anyways, fam, without further ado, let's kick it off next with some TA and check out some of the charts of what's popping. Bitcoin daily transactions reach new record high, surpassing 926,000 on the day, driven by growing interest in runes, which is also, congesting the blockchain at the same time, increasing the prices for the average transaction. So as you can see here, the transactions reached a new all-time high on the Bitcoin network of 926,842 transactions just 3 days after the Bitcoin halving. And I got to give a quick shout out to Lisa Brault for contributing and becoming a member of the HODL Gang for 3 months. My 3-month membership in this awesome community. Respect, Lisa. I greatly appreciate your support. Shout out to all the HODL Gang members. HODL Gang, HODL Gang, HODL Gang, as well as MicroStrategy, Grayscale, and Satoshi. We appreciate all the support of the channel we can get. So respect, Lisa. Long live the king. Bitcoin amassed over 926,000 daily transactions April 23rd, surpassing the previous high of over 731,000 transactions reached December 2023. According to Glassnode data, as you can see here, the record daily transaction count occurred 3 days after the Bitcoin halving on 4/20, which coincided with the launch of the Bitcoin Runes, the new protocol for issuing NFTs on the Bitcoin network. Runes make up the lion's share of transactions on Bitcoin, accounting for 68% of all Bitcoin transactions. Investors have executed a total of 3.6 million Runes-related transactions, according to Dune. Now, while Runes may not remain the dominant token standard of the Bitcoin network, they are a testament to the value of block space on Bitcoin, according to the co-founder and CEO, Atera Wolf. Quoting him here, runes and ordinals are demonstrating the value of the block space. The Bitcoin network is the most decentralized, secure, and robust network that exists. So there will be use cases and value derived from that block space. Now, despite the record transaction count, the Bitcoin price remains subdued at now under 64,000 as Bitcoin fell over 9% on the monthly chart, according to coin market cap data as outlined here in the one-day chart. Now, the real opportunity for Bitcoin runes may only come in a few months. That's right. While runes generated significant interest in the Bitcoin community, the real market opportunity may only come months after the first wave of investors' hype subsides, according to the synonymous decentralized finance researcher Ignis, who wrote the following: Runestone, RSIC, and PUPS are already pumping, promising hodlers shiny new rune token airdrops, and FOMO threads are a-coming. But like the NFT frenzy post JPEG reveal, the market could soon cool off. So due to their initial lack of utility, runes could trade akin to volatile meme coins directly after the launch. So there you have it, family. And now breaking news out of Japan. A Japanese public company by the name of MetaPlanet just bought $6.25 million worth of Bitcoin as the game theory continues around the world. Bring it, family. I love it. More Bitcoin adoption, followed by more Bitcoin adoption. But what are your thoughts surrounding the runes and the NFTs on the Bitcoin blockchain? And are you guys bullish on any of these meme coins, on Bitcoin specifically? Holla, let me know, and show some love to the only mascot, the official mascot of Crypto News Alerts. We've got the paws in the air right now, the one and only Nipsey. Bitcoin cannot be subdued. Tell him, Cosmic. Been really busy, but going through the vacation next week. Back to the Pittsburgh, then Virginia. Enjoy your vacay there, Lisa, and thanks again for all your support. Safe travels. Max says Bitcoin gets stronger for every attack, so please attack it. That's right, so we can get to $1 million per coin, for Christ's sake. And I think Nipsey's giving us the buy the dip signal right now. You see that? Stretch paws out in the air. That's a little something something from the Nippinator. So, now you know. Ha.
You been, grab a cup, baby, come and take a sip. Oh my bad, yo, what's up? Man, you did it by the dip. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's really gotta suck.
You already know. My only problem is...
Only problem that we got is that we didn't buy enough.
Stack them sats. Pause up is the pump signal. Damn straight. More fees to the miners. Definitely the miners are enjoying that. 100%. There's a strong NIP signal. That's right. You guys are the NIP watchers, so you guys know what's good. Shout out Aiden 20K. What it do, family? Welcome to the stream. Everyone just joining us. Pump the likes, pump the stream. Go Japan, says Don George. Let's go Japan. Bring it. I know. Bitcoin adoption around the world. We got the Hong Kong ETFs in a few days out of Hong Kong. And then we have this Japan company getting bullish. Are we going to have the Japanese version of MicroStrategy anytime soon? Bring it. More publicly traded companies putting the biddies on the balance sheet. You already know. Nipsey is the best doggo for the crypto. I know. He puts Doge to shame. Nipsey buy signal. Yeah, I think sooner or later someone's going to create a Nipsey coin with his cute little face and paws. I mean, am I right or am I right?
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit,
You just ate like King Kong. Pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. Here's the original for Jennifer.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
We love the Nipsonator. Don't you know? And if you don't know, now you know, brother.
More than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on. Had the people on my back to get a song.
Whoa, who's that? Crazy Future Radio. Makoro Sutararaoji. There we go. Pet Rock Gang, where you at? Hashtag Pet Rock Gang. Stacking them pet rocks. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb. Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
You'd buy the Nipsey coin. Nice, Molly. Who wouldn't buy the Nipsey coin? I'd buy Nipsey's ish coin. There you go, Guido. I think we got a lot of buyers here. People will buy the Nip coin thinking it is something else. What are they going to think it is? The next Bitcoin, but better. I've heard that pitch before. This is the next Bitcoin, but better.
He said, we bought more bags, till we got a sword back. Can't short your door.
I'd have to buy Nip coin just so I'm not a no coiner, for Christ's sake. Only ish coin I would get. Exactly, Lisa. Now we're talking.
We can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come. We should have bought that. Crypto to zero. They really thought that.
Can't short your dork. Exactly, Serge. Why does Bonk keep moving up? Because people love meme coins. People love getting rich quick overnight. And that's what a lot of these meme coins give investors hope of. It's the crypto lottery ticket. You bet on your favorite meme coin, you have a better chance of hitting the lottery than playing the actual lottery. That's my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on that. PR Bitcoin, CRU, big up. Yeah, man. Big ups. DJ Wednesday. Dorado in the house. Let's go.
Again, you can call me 3AC because I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please. Yeah, it's going to pump it.
Pump it up. But anyways, next story of the day, we're going to discuss this new $1 billion fund from Pantera Capital. Let's break this baby down. Digital asset investment manager Pantera Capital is reportedly looking to raise more than $1 billion for a new fund that offers investors exposure to a full spectrum of blockchain-based assets, slated for an April 2025 launch. So in one more year, the Pantera Fund 5 is set to serve as the firm's all-in-one fund, a slight change of tune from its existing liquid token fund, early stage token fund, Bitcoin fund, and venture funds. Damn, they got a lot of funds, which offer a more specific investment focus. The fund requires a minimum $1 million allocation from qualified investors. So I guess we would consider them the whales or high net worth individuals. The first close is scheduled for April 1st, 2025. Limited partners will need to contribute a minimum of $25 million. Good Lord, according to the April 25th report from Bloomberg. I mean, who's just sitting on $25 million right now? Startup equity, early stage tokens, and liquid tokens are among the asset types that would be included in the Pantera Fund 5, according to Pantera's website. Now, the Pantera maintains a total 5.2 billion in assets under management across its 4 existing funds. So a 1 billion raise would be the largest for the crypto industry since May of 2022, when Silicon Valley-based venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz raised a record-setting $4.5 billion. Now, VC firm Paradigm is also reportedly negotiating a raise of up to $850 million for a new crypto fund, which combined with Pantera would signal that more institutional capital is coming back into the sector following the market rebound in 2023. Now, last week, venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz announced it raised $7.2 billion to invest in several technology-focused sectors, including GameFi and AI. However, its $4.5 billion crypto-focused fund did not receive any additional capital. Meanwhile, Pantera has doubled down on GameFi platform Infinigods, exclusively taken its $8 million Series A round on April 25th. The firm revealed in a statement, as shared here on X, "We've been extremely impressed with the Infinigods team since we first met, and they continue to deliver on popular titles like King of Destiny, Infinimerge, and Immortal Siege." I mean, so there you have it. Now, over $3.5 billion in funds have poured into the crypto industry, raised across 604 funding rounds so far this year in 2024. If the current trend continues, this year's funding is on track to clear the $9.3 billion raised in 2023 by a considerable margin, according to Root Data. Despite the recent uptick, venture capital funding is still far off previous highs in 2021, 2022, which saw a respective $31 billion and $29 billion raise. How many of you remember the previous cycle? You know what I mean? These gaming coins and such were going pretty wild. Do you think they're going to come back along with the NFT market for this particular bull? Holla and let me know. And let me know if you're bullish on Pantera Capital, or any of these specific games they're referencing. Holla. Yes, and welcome everyone joining the stream. Option to get that light Bitcoin. Sandman, welcome, brother. Shout out Bitcoin Trini. What it do? What up, Bone Daddy? Now the party has officially begun. I remember I was 10 years old when I went to the movies to see Tron. Oh, wow. 10 years old. Yeah, I remember going to the movies as a youngin' and never wanting to leave the movies and just sneaking into the next movie, because you buy a ticket, you're kind of already on the other side of the thing and you can just watch movies all day. I used to do that with my friends. Anyone relate? JV, I just popped in to say hi, that like button, and catch you later, brother. And get back to it. I appreciate it, Sam, man. Respect. Thanks for showing some love. And have a great day. Have a great weekend. Good morning, JV. BTF motherfucking D. I love it. I remember it was crazy. Crazy. Yeah, man. I like both the Tron. I never saw the Tron movie. So is that like a, is it a cartoon or no? Tron, I'm trying to think. Sounds like maybe a Transformers or something. Megatron. Yeah, man, JB. Cheers, cheers. I like both the Tron movies. I know Jennifer likes Tron, the name. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, family. Good afternoon, good evening, depending upon what side of the world you're on. JV has friends? No, I'm a loner. Never had a friend before. My only friend is Nipsey, and he's not even a human, so I'm limited here, brother. JV, when I was a teen, we only paid for one movie and then we just hopped for the rest. That's what I'm saying. You pay for one movie and then you just watch movies all day, and then your parents pick you up at the end of the day, at the nighttime. That's what we used to do. And watch rated R movies. You sneak in and it's like, oh my God, adult entertainment is amazing. Can't wait to be grown. Tron was epic. I gotta check out Tron. Tron was before your time, JV, apparently. But it was epic, everyone's saying. So I'm going to have to check that out. Anyone else watch Tron? Let me know.
Drop foot, but it's still not slowing it up. I can't wait till the feds start showing its love. The full flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
Think about it. The Tron movies are the reason I bought the coin, JV. Wow. They must be good. For Jennifer to buy the Tron crypto based off loving the movies, I am a believer. These movies must be good. I'm going to have to check them out. I appreciate that. And Lazarus played the hell out of the Tron in the arcade. So they even have an arcade for Tron. Interesting. If you don't know Tron, you were not born in the 80s. Well, I was born in the 80s. I was born in 83. But maybe I was too young to actually see it. What about those apples? What are you drinking? Don't worry about it. That's a secret. Movie Tron bad. So Bitcoin STU says is bad. I was working at a drive-in when they released Star Wars. It was a madhouse for a year and a half. I can only imagine. I know Return of the Jedi was 83 when I was born. Believe in coincidences? I don't know there. JC has a crush on Justin's son. JC, that's interesting. Old man. I am an old man, bruh. Shout out Mankey. What it do, McCracken? FJB. Tell him, Josh. There's an old school Tron arcade game at the arcade near me. Wow, Alan. The arcade game came first and then the movie. Maybe they based the movie off the arcade. Tron was a decent movie, says Adam. All this Tron talk. Now I'm intrigued. Should put crypto investor in my dating app profile. I highly discourage that. Nico, you may attract the wrong crowd, if you know what I'm saying. I ain't saying she a gold digger. But she ain't messing with no broke. Just saying.
Do your thing, let me do my thing. You know we bout as long as a piece of string. Shoulders closing fast while you do your way.
There we go. 100%. Not just 44%. Oh, yeah, they want the capital gains tax. Ideally, 99.9% is the sweet spot for FJB, if you know what I mean. Pump it up. Dante, welcome. Tron was great, says 99 Ghosts. Atari, now we're talking. My first gaming system. Bring it. Tron Legacy was great. Interesting. I'm definitely intrigued. You see Sleepy Joe Reed, pause. Yeah, I saw that. He was like, pause. You can't make it up. I mean, he's an interesting feller. Just like the Y-Files, JV, you have a movie to watch too. Amen. Tron coins are great, says 999. I know they're fast. That's one of the benefits, right? They're quick. Tron should be on Disney Plus. Should it? The 80s were awesome. 80 babies, where you at? But anyways, guys, let's discuss the latest with the SEC versus Consensys. Consensys launched a lawsuit against the SEC, which is actually quite interesting. Software development company Consensys filed a lawsuit against the SEC and its 5 commissioners over claims they plan to regulate ETH as a security. In the April 25th filing, which was yesterday in the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of Texas, Consensys, alleged the SEC orchestrated a campaign to seize control over the future of cryptocurrency with enforcement actions aimed at regulating Ether as a security. The company cited the SEC's record, referring to the chair Gensler's statements of declaring ETH was not a security as early as 2018, warning of the potential ramifications of the commission changing its position after firms had built businesses based on regulatory precedent. Quoting them here, the SEC's unlawful seizure of authority over ETH would spell disaster for the Ethereum network and for Consensys, said the filing. Every holder of ETH, including Consensys, would fear violating security laws if he or she were to transfer ETH on the network, and the ability of anyone new to acquire ETH to use Ethereum's repository of decentralized applications and services would be extinguished. This would bring use of the Ethereum blockchain in the US to a halt, crippling one of the internet's greatest innovations. And here's a look of what the, lawsuit looks like here. Now, Consensys alleged the SEC trained its sites on the firm's MetaMask wallet software, which allows users to self-custody ETH and other cryptocurrencies. The company said in the filing they received a Wells notice from the SEC April 10th, warning of potential enforcement actions related to its MetaMask swaps and MetaMask staking products. It added the SEC said in a phone conference that Consensys was operating as an unregistered broker dealer. Now, I feel this is way overreaching. They're ultimately deeming the wallet in which Consensys produced, which is MetaMask, to be an unregistered broker dealer, which hints they're going to come after self-custody. They're trying to make it illegal. Very interesting. No Claire Gare. Now, though the lawsuit specifically named all 5 SEC commissioners in their official capacity, it also targeted Gensler's inconsistent statements on ETH. The SEC chair ducked questions on whether ETH was under the commission's regulatory reach in April 2023 hearing, despite saying in 2018, when he was the university professor, that Ether was not a security. So which is it? No Claire Gare. So according to Consensys, the firm received 3 subpoenas in 2023 regarding requests for information related to acquisitions, holdings, and sales of ETH. The company reiterated that the SEC's ongoing efforts to classify Ether as a security pull the rug out from firms attempting to operate in good faith with regulatory guidelines. It requested official relief by having a court declaring ETH is not a security under the Securities Act, and that Consensys sales of ETH are not sales of securities. Now, Consensys filed the lawsuit in Texas, where the company maintains a headquarters in Fort Worth. The state's federal districts have been a bit of a hotspot for crypto-related legal matters. April 23rd, the Blockchain Association and Crypto Freedom Alliance of Texas sued the SEC over expansion efforts in its dealer rule. And in February, the Texas Blockchain Council and Riot Platforms filed a lawsuit over information on energy usage from crypto miners. Now, though the SEC had not filed a lawsuit against Consensys at this time, a Wells notice can sometimes be a sign that the commission plans to bring an enforcement action. That's right. The SEC has ongoing civil cases against Coinbase, Binance, and Ripple, and recently wrapped up in a trial and an action against Terraform Labs and Do Kwon. So there you go. What are your thoughts on all of this? Max Kaiser says, in my expert opinion, as a former licensed broker dealer and inventor of virtual currencies and prediction markets, U.S. patent 5950176, I state categorically that ETH is a security. So how do you think the SEC will deem Ethereum? Now, here's one thing I do know. Consensys and the founders of ETH work very closely with government and regulators. So this may all be smoke and mirrors with a predetermined, outcome. I'd love to know your thoughts on all of this. I'm sure you've heard of ETHgate. We've covered it before. Also, James O'Keefe shared something more recently, which I retweeted and highly recommended everyone check out regarding ETHgate. So if you don't know, now you know. And let me know your comments. I'm going to read them out loud. SEC is going to have people moving out of the U.S. like clockwork. For real, for real. CVC, big squeeze. I like the like now. I'm going to hit this bong. Enjoy the bong rips there, Joe. Random, but do you all remember the game Tapper? I don't remember that one. They also had an arcade near me. They later changed it to the Root Beer Tapper because I guess they didn't want kids aspiring to be bartenders. Yeah, remember the cigarette candies as a kid too? Cigarette gum is basically a cigarette and you hit it and there's some sugar that would blow off of it and it would insinuate smoking a cigarette. Kind of reminds me of that with the Tapper. You know what I mean? ETH is a security. Why the ETH Foundation is organized like a corporation with operating budgets and personnel that have received millions of ETH. Good point, Greg. Bitcoin on Tron would have a gold frisbee with a big B on it. Queer eye for the crypto guy. Staring Gary Gensler. In 2018, ETH was proof of work. Now it is proof of stake, which equals security. Smells like securities. Right, David? They'll make passports unobtainable. I saw FJB land today on the, what is that? The Hellport? Yeah, I remember the Tapper. You're not alone then. Joe Flanders, pass that bong diggity dong, doggy. Do what it do. But yeah, it's very interesting. Do you think this is all, predetermined? Do you think this is all set up between the two parties, these lawsuits? Or do you think this is a legitimate fight for the battle if ETH will be deemed a security or commodity. Let me know your thoughts. And why do you think No Claire Gare specifically provides no clarity when it comes to Ethereum? I'd love to know your thoughts on that as well. And speaking of Gensler,
what is it about Bitcoin that causes you to conclude it is not a security?
Well, one is there's no group of individuals in the middle.
Right. It's
there's
decentralized.
no group of individuals in the middle.
Right.
That are.
My point is it is not reasonable to fail to provide clarity.
I know, Gary, it's unacceptable. I thought Congress already tore you a new a-hole, right? No diddy?
The biggest crypto failure in history is probably FTX at $9 billion.
Gary did a great job protecting us from the largest failure in financial history and protecting all the investors. Thank you, Gary.
Were you the chairman of the SEC when FTX collapsed?
Yes.
And how many times did you meet with FTX prior to their collapse?
2,341 times, sir. But on record, I'm going to say at least twice.
I think my public record shows 2.
You met it with FTX.
I think my public record shows 2. That means 10,000 times. I may be exaggerating a little, but you get my point.
At least twice. And arguably, the second biggest crypto failure in history was Terra Luna.
Thank God he protected us from that one. Oh, wait a minute.
Who was the chairman of the SEC when Terra Luna collapsed, sir?
We had brought.
You were, sir, reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming my time, Gunther. Hey, JV and Nipsey, any 1 to 3 month targets? Yeah, Nipsey is aiming at 10 million per coin in 90 days. I know Nipsey gets very optimistic, but he's the Nipinator for a reason. Y'all welcome to make any suggestions to the Bonk team. We value you for being our stakeholders. Is this the official Bonk? That's bonkers. The government plays dirty. Watch your back as well as your Bitcoin, excuse me. When we pumping back to 70 G's, sooner than later, I think we'll be right back above 64, back in the green before the end of the stream. What do you got to say to that? But anyways, let's discuss this Satoshi, which sold for $2.1 million. You can't make this ish up. Epic Sat mine from the 4th Bitcoin halving block sells for 2.1 milli. Bring it. The Epic Sat, an exceptionally rare Satoshi mined from the 4th halving block, sold for 33.3 biddies, worth $2.13 million. How many of you would love to buy a Satoshi that historic for 33 biddies? Let me know. Now, the sale of the Satoshi, the smallest unit of Bitcoin, as we know, 1 Bitcoin is divided by 100 million Satoshis, which hypothetically means by the time a Satoshi is valued at $1, each Bitcoin will be valued at $100 million. Let that one sink in. This took place on the crypto exchange CoinEx Global, April 25th, yesterday, 5 days after one of its partners, Bitcoin mining pool via BTC, mined it in a block, 840,000, April 20th. The auction commenced April 22nd, saw 34 bids before an unidentified bidder won ownership rights to the Epic Sat with Sat number, good Lord, I don't even know how to read that number, it's too large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commas, though. The next closest competitor bid 20 Bitcoin for the rare Sat. The auction had concluded successfully, with the first and only Epic Sat selling for 33.3 BTC, which is more than $2.1 million. This auction isn't just a bidding event. It marked the community recognition, media attention, and widespread embrace a Bitcoin. Now, an Epic Sat refers to the first Satoshi mined and the first new Bitcoin halving block. Given there's been 4 halvings, only 4 of these rare Sats exist. These Sats are allocated with a unique sequence number under the ordinals number system, which is based on mining timestamps. Now, as there are 100 million Sats in a Bitcoin, an ordinary Satoshi is currently priced at 0.00065 cents. But certain Sats have special meaning within the Bitcoin ecosystem. Quoting them here, given that Satoshis are assigned unique identifiers, they inherently possess higher collectible value. As periodic events occur within the Bitcoin network, some more frequently than others, scarcity is naturally promoted. Bitcoin ordinals explorers like Ordiscan and Ordinal Hub can be used to find out whether a Bitcoin wallet owns a rare Sat by verifying the exact UTXO and output number. Users that own a rare sat can then transfer it into an Ordinals supported wallet. Now, via Bitcoin Mine, the fourth halving block 840,000 at noon, April 20th, it received a new block subsidy at 3.125 Bitcoin, in addition to an eye-poppin' 37.6 Bitcoin and reward fees. Not too shabby. That's worth 2.4 million at this time. The next Bitcoin halving event is expected to occur sometime in 2028 at block 1,050,000, which will be seeing mining rewards halve to 1.5625 BTC. Now, there you have it. How many of you would ever ponder purchasing a Satoshi for $2.1 million? If you had the sats to do so, just curious, let me know. And let me know your thoughts on that. You should sell Mauricio. The game is up. Bitcoin is going to zero. Mauricio, you're crazy there, Mankey. I am slanging rare sat. I know. What a business that is. I have some rare sats, folks. You want to buy them? Bitcoin is the leader in all crypto. Everyone follows. About to become a sat dealer? I know. We stacking sats and now selling sats. I mean, Jesus Christ. What? So right now you can get probably 1,500 to 1,600 Satoshis for $1. And if you have the ability to sell one Satoshi for, oh my God, multiple Bitcoin, I think any Bitcoiner would be all over that. I can BS on, oh man, the comment got retracted. Robert Downey Jr. would be a good pick to play Bitcoin in a new Tron movie based on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the leader in all crypto. Yes, exactly. You got to do what you got to do. All coins will rise when Bitcoin rises. This is it, because Bitcoin is thy king. All hail thy Messiah, Bitcoin. The only non-GMO corn in existence on this GMO-infested planet, Bitcoin. So stack the corn accordingly, if you know what I mean. Keep stacking them sats. Tell them. Joe passed that bong to Mauricio. I didn't say we're going to zero. I'm saying yesterday the Bitcoin ETF inflow was zero, and I'm getting worried. Oh, that's right. It was neutral yesterday, at least for BlackRock from what I saw. Everyone free to smash the likes. It is free to do so. No diddy. All sats will be rare soon enough when the institutional interest really starts to what? We love you, JV. Your reading skills is the best on the tube. Much respect. If I'm entertaining you, I'm doing my job. I try my best. So thank you. I appreciate it.
You were. Does it concern you that your approach to the digital asset industry is actually driving this industry out of the United States?
We're trying to drive it to compliance, and if they're not,
We're trying to drive it into compliance, but in the meanwhile, we're driving everyone crazy.
complying with the laws.
You say the crypto
Comply with the laws. I'm Gary the Worm, Jamie the Tapeworm's brother. How do you like my new impersonation of Gary?
market is rife with non-compliance. However, existing SEC rules make no sense for blockchain-based companies, and following them would actually kill these businesses.
Exactly what we're trying to do is kill crypto, you dumb idiot.
Your regulatory style lacks flexibility and nuance, and as a result, you've been an incompetent cop on the beat, doing nothing to protect everyday Americans.
How dare you call me incompetent cop on the beat? That's what my wife calls me. That's not cool. JV, edutainment. I dig it. I dig it. Are you not entertained? When in doubt, zoom out, then smash the like. Would you prefer an extra 2 years of life or 5 Bitcoin? I'm going to go with the extra 2 years of life. I think the only thing I value more than Bitcoin is life. You know what I mean? God and life. So if I can extend my life 700 days for 5 Bitcoin, I'd extend my life as long as I could afford to keep paying the Bitcoin, in my opinion. How about you guys? Let me know. That would actually be a very interesting concept. Bitcoin was like your life force, or how your lifeline, and how long you can live. What movie was that? Was that like Hunger Games or something? Very interesting. Don't give the forces of evil any ideas, though. I'm telling you, you're going to get a movie. I'm going to get a movie. Yeah? Let's go. Without Gary, this would all be a lot less interesting. It is. I guess the silver lining with Mr. Gensler, the incompetent cop on the beat, is the fact You got some cheap Satoshis, because without that mofo and that criminal organization he works for, Bitcoin would be hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. Mark my words. So, it's time. In time. The movie Time. Oh, yeah, the movie Time, yo. It's crazy. Money printer go. Love that. Thanks. Cheers, Tom Fox. Tom Fox. Don't you want to go to heaven early and give your kids the Bitcoin? I don't want to go to heaven early. I'll go to heaven when I was destined to go to heaven. And the kids will get the Bitcoin when they were destined to get the Bitcoin. Hey, JV, could you play Bitcoin on Tron? Howdy, how? Most consolidations of 10 days. Today is the 10th day of the small downturn. Almost done. Good to note. In time. That's the name of the movie, Jay Ford. Cheers. Welcome, everyone joining the stream. Pump the likes, pump the stream. Next story of the day. Let's discuss a $200,000 target, followed by the latest from the Strike CEO, Jack Mallers, and his 1 million Bitcoin price prediction for this cycle, yo. That's right. But let's start with this 200K prediction. Persistent inflation will be the key in the Bitcoin run to 200 G's, baby. That's right. Bitcoin price surged throughout 2024, fueled by the launch of several spot Bitcoin ETFs and the asset fundamentals role as a store of value. The interest in Bitcoin is expected to persist, particularly in the U.S. government's continued high spending interest rate policy discussions prevail, suggested Grayscale researcher, director Zach Pandel. Quoting him here, we expect persistent inflation and unsustainable budget deficits to contribute to continued demand for store of value assets like Bitcoin. Predicting the future value of Bitcoin remains challenging due to the multiple underlying variables in play. Yet Jupiter Zhang, partner at Hashkey Capital's liquid fund, sees significant potential for growth, suggesting Bitcoin can possibly hit 200,000 per biddy by the end of the year. Quoting him here, low prediction will be $100,000. I dig it. Medium one, 140 G's. And high prediction, $200,000 by the end of 2024, he shared in a recent interview. The positive impact of the ETFs of the crypto market has made crypto investments more accessible and appealing to a broader audience. And over the long term, Bitcoin's price behavior will start to mirror that of traditional assets, such as equity and gold. This could potentially lead to more stable growth and integration into mainstream investment portfolios. Now, we also have venture capitalist Tim Draper, who predicted Bitcoin will triple in value in 2024 due to the inflows into the ETFs and the impact of the Bitcoin halving. Draper expressed optimism about Bitcoin's trajectory in an interview with Cointelegraph at Paris Blockchain Week more recently, reflecting his earlier predictions and suggesting a possible rise to $250,000 per Bitcoin by year's end, given the positive signs he observes in the market. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the billionaire venture capitalist. The introduction of the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the U.S. has significantly revived interest in capital investment into the King crypto. The investment products have opened up a new avenue for Bitcoin-curious investors who might be daunted by the prospect of holding Bitcoin in self-custody and serve as a hedge against devaluing fiat currencies, according to Draper. Now, even the worst case scenario is not too late to buy Bitcoin. For real, while historical halving events offer some insight, the current situation presents a novel scenario, with ETFs introducing more volatility to the crypto prices due to the fluctuating demand. Bitcoin's recent volatility suggests the market is adjusting to the new supply and demand dynamics, particularly with the global introduction of the spot ETFs that could significantly increase Bitcoin's demand in the upcoming months, potentially driving up the Bitcoin price. On the flip side, these investments could cost more volatility as investors can move in and out of the funds more easily than they can with self-custody. Quoting Zhang here, our current model price is 90 G's. A more bullish scenario, 125,000, and a bearish one is $50,000. Let me know if you agree or disagree with some of that sentiment. I'm going to give you one more quote. The key factors are the spot Bitcoin ETF net inflows, the Fed interest cut late this year, and the 2024 halving, which is creating more imbalance of demand and supply. So there you have it. Crypto fam, what are your thoughts on that 200,000 price prediction and some of the other predictions for some of the analysts? Holla, and I'll read your comments aloud. Did you get another haircut already? No, I didn't get a new haircut. I actually shaved today. I got my haircut 1 week ago, last Friday, and today I just shaped it up. I mean, got to get the beard looking fresh. I appreciate it, though. Yeah, I typically do the haircut when I'm active, maybe every other week, but typically it may not be till every month. And I'll try to shave at least once a week. You can tell when I'm unshaven. I get very, I mean, I'm Italian, so I got a lot of hair on my face looking like an ape if I don't shave. Bit curious, eh? Hong Kong money starts flowing April 30th. That's right. Anybody any idea how much it will be? Well, the ETF expert, Balchunas, he's predicting it's not going to be as much inflows as some of us are anticipating. So right now it's a lot of speculation. We really don't know until liftoff in a few days. But what are your thoughts? Are you guys bullish on the Hong Kong ETFs or bearish? Holla and let me know. And F Sleepy Joe. Yes, it rhymes, so why not? Let's freaking go, Bone Daddy. Pump the likes to pump the stream. There's only 200 people here today. The early time frame show is not many big of an audience as in the early evenings. 206 is reasonable. 250 is doable. There we go. I'm right there with you, JV, once a month on the full cut and shape up throughout. Yeah. I keep my shape up simple. I don't touch like up here. I just shave here, my little beard line, you know, keeping it simple. Good prediction, JV. Thank you. Bullish as what on Hong Kong? Tell them. Dennis, welcome, fam. Jenny, how are you? Yeah, man. So I love the predictions. Keep them coming. Let me know. Where's the price action taking us? End of the month. Where will we be? Monthly close. Will we close above 65, 70 G's? Will we drop back down, retest 60? Let me know. Yes, you guys are the hardcore audience. This is the fam right here in the house, so respect. You guys don't miss a show. It don't matter if we're streaming at 4 or 12. It don't matter if it's halving day or St. Patrick's Day. You guys are here. Shout out to Squirrel Bait. Greatly appreciate the gifted 5 memberships. Congratulations, Cosmic, Joe, Dennis, Cat, and Great US Treasure Hunt. You've all been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel on behalf of the Squirrel Bait. So show Squirrel Bait some love, seriously. Logan Simmons, what up? Absolutely bullish. The urge to compete with the US on a new playing field. Yeah, that's right. The new playing field is a win for the crypto. I agree with you on that one, Logan, and thank you for chiming in. The gifts are incoming. Squirrel rocks. I was about to renew later on today, and you just got hooked up. Well, you guys can gift memberships, which is a beautiful thing. So thank you guys. There's been literally over 500 memberships gifted since we launched memberships a few months ago. So can't thank you guys enough for all the gifts. You guys are amazing. Shout out to all the members with the beautiful stars next to your name, because you are stars. You are legends in my book. Thanks all for being here. Cheers, Squirrel Bait. Respect. I am blessed. God bless. Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. Humans all essentially have fur in our mother's womb. Usually it falls out shortly before birth, but in some countries, babies only lose it after birth. Oh, that's interesting to know, Silas. So you're ultimately saying some children look like monkeys. Is that how I translated it? May will be volatile. It looks at history, but I have a feeling Hong Kong is going to create a FOMO. Fear of missing out, eh? Never missing the show. Thank you, JV, and God bless. Respect. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. News reporters yelling. You already know. Anyways, welcome all just joining us. Pump the likes to pump the stream. But now let's dive into our feature story of the day. Violent to the upside. This catalyst will send Bitcoin to explode by up to 1,486%, says Strike CEO Jack Mallers. So let's break down this latest prediction from Jack. Here you go. CEO of Bitcoin's Lightning Network wallet, Strike. And I'm curious, how many of you are using the Strike wallet for Lightning payments? Let me know in the chat. Mallers is predicting that the flagship crypto reach a 7-figure price during the current cycle. got my attention. Mahler says in an appearance in the David Lynn YouTube channel that the efforts to save the bond market can lead to a looser monetary policy, consequently triggering Bitcoin to appreciate by between 297% and 1,486% from the current level. Now we're talking. Quoting Mahler's here, the bond market is in trouble for really arguably the first time in modern financial history. Bondholders are getting absolutely demolished and crushed. Now who owns bonds? All of our banks. So our bank deposits aren't even there because the bonds that were purchased with my deposits are underwater. And so if central banks and governments are going to try and save that market, the amount of liquidity that's needed is going to send assets very high. So if that happens, it is impossible to speculate on an asset as scarce as Bitcoin. But I think $250,000 to $1 million is the imagination I have in that range of just how big this can get. And that's based on all the liquidity that's going to be required to make this market solvent. So that's his prediction for this cycle, family. 250,000 bear scenario, $1 million bull scenario. Does it sound familiar? My bear scenario for this cycle is 222,000. My bull scenario, 750,000. Pretty similar. Now, according to the Strike CEO, the price is the most accurate key performance indicator concerning Bitcoin adoption, as he shares here. What price tells me is a rather accurate measurement of how much of the world is using Bitcoin as money. And so I expect more of the world to take on Bitcoin as money, whether it be for any form of use case or value to them, because it is so appealing in solving so many different problems. So I expect the adoption of Bitcoin as a monetary unit to go up. And then against the dollar in particular and other fiat currencies, I expect it to be violent to the upside. Violence to the upside equals peace and harmony and love and prosperity for the rest of the world. You already know. Put any country on a Bitcoin standard and you'll see what happened, just like with El Salvador, thy savior. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Jack Mallers and his bullish price prediction of Bitcoin hitting between $250,000 and $1 million per coin for this particular cycle. And to watch this actual interview he did making the bullish prediction, check the show notes below the video and in the description. And let's discuss a little further this $1 million Bitcoin price action, shall we? Now, obviously, this cycle, things are a lot different than all the previous cycles that come before us. For the first time in Bitcoin history, we overtook the previous all-time high pre-halving. The three previous halvings before the most recent, we have never seen that. It was always proceeding after the halving. We break out and reach the new cycle high. So that's clearly different. We also have the institutional adoption, which never existed 4 years ago on the previous cycle, since we had the ETF inflows go live officially January 11th of this year. We now have the Hong Kong ETFs going live in like 4 more days. That's going to bring more institutional adoption. And then we have more institutes, getting into Bitcoin, whether directly or indirectly. Many of the largest asset managers in the world are already, diversified into Bitcoin. For example, BlackRock being the largest with over 10 trillion in assets under management. They now hold over 272,000 Bitcoin, and it took them 3 months. MicroStrategy, the first publicly traded company to put the biddies on the balance sheet by their fearless leader, Mike Saylor. They already have over 220,000 Bitcoin. It took them 4 years to accomplish that. So BlackRock just achieved in literally 3 months what took MicroStrategy more than 4 years. Also, collectively, just the 10 ETF issuers out of the United States, they now collectively hold over 850,000 Bitcoin. And Coinbase is the custodian on virtually all of them except Fidelity, which is the only asset manager actually doing self-custody, which is interesting. But a lot is happening right now. There's a very finite, limited supply of the Bitcoin. The majority of the Bitcoin supply is in the hands of the long-term hodlers and the whales. The smart money is accumulating because they're smart money. We all know what is about to occur. We just had the halving a few days ago. Typically, after the halving, Bitcoin goes on a run up anywhere from, up to 18 months after. We may hit the all-time high for the cycle. A lot of speculation. Some say we can hit that this year. Some say this could be the super cycle, considering things are much different. For example, Previous cycle driven primarily off of retail. This cycle thus far driven primarily off of the ETF inflows, right? Also, regional banking crisis. Remember that happening last year, first quarter. It took Bitcoin out from the sub 30,000 level to above 30. And then once we got the news of the ETFs from the likes of BlackRock and these asset managers, that took Bitcoin to a whole new spectrum. We have already tapped 74,000-ish this year, about a month and a half ago, mid-March. We hit 73,800, which is currently the local high. Once we re-enter price discovery mode, there's no telling how high we can go. FOMO is very real. We have FOMOs now from other countries and nation states acquiring biddies on the low. Some would argue that Mr. 100, who has been purchasing over 100 Bitcoin a day very persistently and now has over 50,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet, that can be a nation that just hasn't officially announced it. In fact, according to Max Kaiser, his top contestant or candidate for that would be Abu Dhabi out of the UAE. There's also been a lot of talk with countries of the Middle East, such as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Iran, Qatar, doubling down, purchasing some Bitcoin or transferring their sovereign wealth fund into Bitcoin. Qatar was meeting with Bukele. You saw their jet, with Bukele. You saw Jeff Bezos was with Michael Saylor. Could Jeff Bezos, one of the richest on paper in the world, already invested into Bitcoin, being he is obviously worth hundreds of billions of dollars? What if, hypothetically speak, just thinking out loud, what if Amazon were to adopt Bitcoin, right, for all their retail, being the largest retailer in the world? Think about that. What would that do? How much money can be saved by retailers around the world if they were to use a Bitcoin standard? Bitcoin transactions, because the transaction is the settlement. You can be saving potentially whatever the transaction fees are for the payment rails of Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. Maybe it's 2%, maybe it's 2.5%, whatever it is. Imagine millions of transactions at a Walmart being processed in Bitcoin, saving them literally, I don't know, hundreds of millions or billions of dollars. It'd be an insane amount of money. It's like a win-win. So I think eventually everything flows into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the ultimate savings. It's the ultimate store of value. It's the ultimate hedge against corrupt governments, in which nobody trusts nowadays. The writing is on the wall, right? It's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against deflation. It's an insurance policy. It's a flight to quality. It's a flight to safety. It's immutable. You can't change it. It's unconfiscatable. It's incorruptible. No corrupt government or politician, and give me a hashtag FJB while we're speaking about corrupt politicians, can change that, right? They can try to scare you. They can try to go after self-custodied wallets. They can do anything they want to do at the end of the day, but you cannot censor free speech. And Bitcoin is protected under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, in which they are trying to destroy. Mark my words. They're trying to destroy our freedoms that we were granted and blessed with in this beautiful country. And they're doing it slowly but surely. So just say no to the overreaching of these corrupt governments around the world. We know what they want. They want war. They want more money printing. They love their fiat monopoly money because they can control it. You know what they despise? Bitcoin, because it separates money from the state. It is the only form of money in which they cannot control. They hate it. They hate it. Bitcoin is thy state's number one enemy. So anything they say, I don't believe them. I watch what they do, right? I can see someone's true intentions by their actions. What they say is irrelevant because they're professional liars, they're professional manipulators, and they're professional con artists, they're professional hucksters. You heard it straight up. And it is what it is. But back to the price action. Bitcoin will hit $1 million just for the fact it's perfect money, right? It's perfect money. It's pristine collateral. For that reason alone, Bitcoin will hit $1 million because you can't print more of it. And as long as you have crazy mofos like myself and like yourselves who are unwilling to sell your Satoshis and hand it over to the BlackRock crooks, as long as you got these folks on the planet, Bitcoin will continue to rise. right? Because it's going to become more and more desirable. It's the only true money. Everything else, monopoly money. Who cares? Even gold, they'll just keep digging and finding more in the ground, for Christ's sake. Volcanoes are spewing gold, right? Places in Africa, they're finding mass amounts of gold. How much gold do you think is in the ocean? Well, here's the question. How much Bitcoin is in the ocean? Maybe some, you guys lost it in a boating accident. But I digress. Anyways, family, I appreciate y'all. When do you feel the Bitcoin price will hit Jack Mallers' target? $250,000 to $1 million this cycle? Let me know in the comments. Holla. And with that shared, fam, let's read some freaking comments, shall we? And shout out to the Rumble gang as well. Much respect. I pushed the heart to 100% 100 times. Thank you, Molly. I'm glad I'm speaking your language. I appreciate y'all, and thank you for the support. We didn't even touch into the doubling effect or the multiplier effect. It's going to melt the faces. Ali Riz, I agree with that one. I saw FJB helicopter landing here in NYC. We'll post it on the UT. Oh, for real? I got to see that, Serge. That is classic. They clown us so hard. They literally made the US dollar the same colors as monopoly money. You can't make the ish up. McFootnader, good point. Agree with you, JV, says Claude A. 200,000 end of 2024, 700,000 under the cycle, setting between $500,000 and 450,000 through the next cycle, 1 million, 2028. And then you know what's next. Yes, bars. Thank you, Cosmic. So if the BLX weekly Bitcoin Liquid Index continues to behave in the same manner since 09, Bitcoin 350,000 end of the year, 2.8 milli, 2025, out. Mid-next cycle, 1.1 billion. Talk about hyperinflation. Bitcoin super cycle, where you at? Do you guys will understand when hyper-Bitcoinization strikes? Maybe Bitcoin will become a world reserve currency. There's no telling. Maybe we'll have many options, right? CBDC or Bitcoin. I'd be like, keep your CBDCs to yourself. No interest. I don't mess with the devil's money, right? I don't want the devil's money. Only God's money, please. Kamala is busy taking liability lessons, nearly full-time, book smart at best. Liability lessons. Interesting. Oh, likability. Oh, I understand, because no one likes her. 225 end of the year, 500, 750 cycle peak. Send it, Jennifer. JV YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts. We're in for a bumpy ride, but the weather is great. Bitcoin City, where we stacking them biddies. Stacking them biddies. Yes, now we're talking. I appreciate all these comments. You guys are amazing. Much respect, ladies and gents. I like hyper Bitcoinization. It's going to be very sexy. We got Bitcoin City in El Salvador. Bitcoin City, yo. 0 capital gains tax. They keep raising capital gains tax at this level. We'll probably be at 80% capital gains tax by the next election. And then everyone of any intelligence will have fled the United States and relocated to a tax haven where they don't have to be raped and pillaged by their own government. You know what I mean? Bitcoin is God's money. Tell them. I was joking above, but there is also evidence that she has been getting training. Yeah, of course. They have handlers and get trained. I know Barack got a lot of training on how to act black, because he was like the whitest guy there ever was as a president. Just saying. He was taking lessons on how to be cool and be hip. JV, what was the news from Switzerland in the last few days? Something about it being held. Yeah, it was something like that. Man, I don't have the story in front of me, so I don't want to like misguide you. I don't remember precisely. Selective memory. But you can check it out. I think it was yesterday's podcast. Watch the intro of the show. We touched upon it. I think Switzerland had some bullish adoption of Bitcoin, and then some other country as well. I just can't remember off the top of my head. God's fingerprints are all over the biddies. Pump it up. 200 G's, baby. Mono. Stacking a day. Payday. You're the most entertaining podcaster in history. For real. Man, I need more than 200 people here then. You're giving me some pretty incredible claims here. And we should have 200,000 people on the stream, for Christ's sake. Anyways, Kamala can't speak Spanish. She clapped like a seal to protest the song. Oh, yeah. She visited Puerto Rico, and they were making fun of her in Spanish, and she was like a seal. Clever. Can't believe that woman is a VP. Can you believe it when you can look at the president? You know what I mean? Look at the president. Are you that shocked? Birds of a feather flock together. Are you that shocked that Harris and Biden are road dogs? Is it that shocking? Serious. Hit it, JB. You got it. Welcome, Benny. 5 million, 200K year salary. Word. Susie sat stack in the car. Bring it. What's the average net worth of every senator and congressman? That's a great question. On paper, because they're all crooks. They're probably all going to the Diddy parties and all got blackmail against them, right? But what's shocking, they're probably not even as rich as you would imagine. You know what I mean? Who knows? It depends on the politician, really. Like the Nancy Pelosi's are loaded, right? She checked all the boxes. Hit it, JV. We're not getting much quality in terms of leadership. Yeah, that's the bigger picture. Want to know how to empower a nation? Teach them how to become leaders. You want to empower a nation? Learn how to become a leader. And stop following the chosen con artists who are not even really elected. You know what I mean? Stop following them and stop following false idols in general and develop leadership. If we can all develop leadership within ourselves, we'll change the world. Changing the world starts with changing yourself. And disempowerment is hoping some empowered leader comes along and saves your life. The reality is an empowered leader will come along and destroy your life because that's how the world works. So you need to start with yourself in the mirror, empower yourself, do something positive in your own life, and hopefully that has a domino effect and everyone can do the same thing and realize we are the leaders. We are the leaders we wanted to become, and we have to step up and just become the leader. But being dependent upon these mofos put in front of us is marching to a concentration camp, metaphorically speaking. If you feel what I'm saying, that's why my grandmother used to say, they don't seem to be the best. Preach, JV. Cheers, Dankness. Good to see you, broski. My leader is God. There you go. God's plan. He looks like Walther the puppet. Who are you talking about there, Walther? Walther. I have a Walther P99. Nothing is moving more. What are you referring to, Super Dan? Let me know.
See news reporters telling us all to sell it. We start longing that Shia so we can hop in and Shia.
Pump it up. Luke Doggy Dog traded on Margex with 190x leverage yesterday. Lost $120 worth of Bitcoin. Thank God my HODL wallet is way in the green. So I guess you were just needed entertainment, Luke Doggy Dog. Is that why you traded with 190x leverage? Just entertain yourself? Well, thank you for sharing. Good to hear that you're you got a HODL wallet in which you're not trading with 190x leverage. And curious, from the time you made the 190x, I don't know if you longed or shorted, how long did it take before you got liquidated? How many seconds? I'm curious. What do you think of the dump going on? I think dump is a great opportunity to stack your sats and, load your bags. The market is going to drop. Little alt season this weekend. By the end of the week, should see Bitcoin back on the rise. Monon, watching you in the shower. Shower power, bro. Shower power. Now we're talking. That's so dope. You're listening in the shower. Respect. Snap. Is that the Bond pistol? I don't know. Did Bond use a Walther P99? That's my weapon of choice. Besides the nunchuck, of course, and the swords. There might be a referendum for Swiss Nation Bank to get the Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Yes. Now we're talking. Bitcoin trend is boring this period. People are interesting. People are interesting. The gun show. Yes, I put on a gun show. First, we need 100,000 citizens to sign. Then the whole country can vote it in. So a minimum of 4 years to go. My home is Swiss. Shout out Switzerland. That's dedication. Damn right. You got to load those guns. Locked and loaded. All the Bitcoin ladies go. And they stay there. I have a couple of Walthers as well. Love my Glocks. Yeah, the only downside of the Glock, there's no safety mechanism. The Walther got the decocker on it, so at least I can feel safe knowing it's decocked. You know what I mean? Just saying. That's what's up, though, Trini. Luke, what? Don't trade Bitcoin, my guy. Trade the ish coins on the leverage all the day. 50x will get the same gains at zero risk to your biddies. Like the Walther P99. Little heavy for my wrist, though. Oh, word? Those are heavy? They're way lighter than the 357 Magnum I had. I'll say that. You are the safety. Yeah, apparently. Apparently. What cold wallet do you use? Knowing the government is going after these cold wallets and self-custody, I don't know what you're talking about. Quite frankly, I have no clue what you're talking about. The only cold wallet I use is called the Walther P99. Tax that. Glocks have two thumb-shaped safeties that come standard issued in your hands. I love the Glock and the SIGs. Nice, Alan. Blocks have three safeties. You mean Glocks, right? Block rewards? Yeah, I was just effing around. 100x, I didn't mean to type in the 9. It took hours, though. I put a long position in, and it only went 120 below my liquidation limit. But for sure, yeah. With the volatility the way it is, guaranteed liquidation at trading 100x leverage, family. So you got to be careful on that. Ledger and Trezor, says the Bone Daddy. You go, brother. M18 with the P80 grips is my fave. JV with the heaters. I feel like Mike Lowry. Ooh, bad boys. I might pull up in a Rari. Ooh. Yes. Glocks suck. Try the Springfield Armory Extreme Duty Beretta PX Storm. Priceless info. Thank you, JV. Cheers, Molly. Respect. Here's what we're going to do. I'm glad you're enjoying the pod. We're going to continue over on the uncensored version of the pod, over on the Rumble. So head on over to Rumble right now, because Rumble's where it's at, first and foremost. JV gets so giggly talking about the lost biddies. Most peculiar. See this. Shh. What are you talking about, bro? Been feeling so depressed, thinking about taxes and Bitcoin here in Cali, but I grew up here. All my friends and family are here. I feel homesick anywhere else. What do? I'm considering Puerto Rico. Excellent question, Moonstone. We'll continue this conversation. Tax havens. Exclusive on Rumble for the uncensored version of the pod. So family here on the tube, head on over to Rumble right now. KJam, can you drop the Rumble link in the chat? I appreciate that. We're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusively on Rumble. Let's discuss tax havens. Let's discuss Glocks, Walther P99s, your favorite weaponry, and all the good stuff on the uncensored version of the pod. So head on over to Rumble right now, family. And let's get ready to rumble, shall we? Yes.